Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University, this is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
And welcome to the Rockbridge Report's live coverage of Election Night 2016. I'm Polly Nascova.
And I'm Rosella Gabriel. After a long and grueling year, Election Night is here at last. Here in the Rockbridge area, we voted for local, state, and national matters. But across the country, all voters cast a ballot for President of the United States. Republican Donald Trump has spent the last 18 months shaking up the political scene with an unconventional bid for our nation's top office.
And Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton has hoped to earn another 4 years for Democrats in the White House since she announced her candidacy in April of last year. But regardless of who wins the Oval Office, history will be made tonight. We'll either choose the first candidate who's never held public office or served in the military, or we will choose the first woman president.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will face off tonight, battling out over key swing states. Clinton and Trump are joined in the race to the White House by third-party candidates Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, and Evan McMullen. Stay with us tonight as we bring you full coverage of this historic election throughout the night. Now, let's turn to local elections.
Tonight we'll cover Lexington's nonpartisan race for mayor, watching as Frank Friedman and Chuck Smith vie for Mimi Elrod's position. We'll also watch as 5 women run for 3 available seats on Lexington City Council. There will be 1 more seat available if mayoral candidate and current councilman Chuck Smith wins. And to Buena Vista, where newcomer Tyson Cooper is taking on John Dyer for the only available position on the City Council. Also in Buena Vista, Lisa Kerr and John Roberts are set to be re-elected to the school board. In Glasgow, we're watching the results for Town Council. The council has 3 available positions with only 2 candidates. We'll look for the write-in who will join Michael Turner and Sonny Williams on the new council. And in nearby Goshen, no one ran for the position of mayor. We're watching closely to see who will take on the position as a write-in. Also in Goshen, 2 open spots and only 1 candidate for the town council. Who will join Thomas McCraw? We'll find out.
And in the state of Virginia, voters will choose a representative to the United States House for the 6th District. Republican incumbent Bob Goodlatte finds a competitor in Democrat Kai Degner. Goodlatte has held the seat in the House since 1992. Degner is a councilman and former mayor in Harrisonburg. Voters also saw 2 constitutional amendments. The first is a right-to-work amendment that, if passed, will ensure Virginia workers do not have to join a union to keep their jobs. The second amendment would provide a property tax exemption for surviving spouses of first responders. Virginia polls are officially closed at the top of the hour. Reporter Parker Butler is here to tell us more about what she saw at local polling spots.
Thanks, Rosella. Lexington voters lined the sidewalks outside the Rockbridge Area Relief Association to cast their votes for both the presidential and local elections today. Many voters waited for over an hour before casting their votes on the electronic voting machines. The long wait was due to strong voter turnout, as well as occasional glitches in the electronic ballot machines. A poll worker also said that there were nearly 500 more registered voters in Lexington this year compared to previous years. Candidates for mayor and city council arrived at the polls when they opened at 6 a.m. and stayed outside all day, greeting voters waiting in line. Officers from the Lexington Police Department were stationed at the polls for the first time. An officer said the police presence was a precaution against any disturbances.
I don't think anyone's going to be genuinely happy either way tonight, so I think everyone just is coming here to express their voice and, see where it goes.
Voter turnout is fantastic. I think the local election we have before us, as well as the national excitement, has gotten a lot of people out today. This is by far the greatest turnout I've ever seen.
There have been a lot of people, especially local residents that are, I don't want to say freaked out, but freaked out that the lines are so long. And they come back thinking, it'll dissipate and the line's even longer.
We've had a huge turnout. We're processing about 150 voters per hour. So it looks like we will probably be here well beyond the 7 o'clock polls closing.
Thank you, Parker.
Local Republicans are gathered in downtown Lexington tonight at Haywood's Piano Bar. They're watching several key races, including president and the 6th district seat in Congress. Now we go live to Keenan Willard, downtown of the Republicans. Keenan?
Thanks, Polly. I'm coming to you live from Haywood's Restaurant in downtown Lexington, which, as you can see here, is all decked out in American flag regalia for tonight's meeting of the Republican Party. We've got a bunch of candidate affiliates, as well as just some onlookers here who've been invited to take in the festivities. we're going to be monitoring both the presidential and, of course, closer to home, the mayoral race of Lexington. So we got Fox News playing up here, distributing all the, we have just now 6 states have closed their polls, so we're going to get our first results of the night pretty soon. A couple of supporters here have said that the general feel of the night is that they're predicting either a landslide Trump victory, or if Hillary should pull it out, just a marginal victory on her part, definitely pro-Trump. No word yet on how the prognostications for the mayoral race will go, but we have people still trickling in, so it looks like it's definitely going to be a long night. A couple of interviewees here, definitely no party officials yet from the mayoral side of things, but we will get back to you over the next several hours. Thanks.
Thanks, Keenan. We'll be checking back in with Keenan and the Republicans throughout the night.
Coming up after the break, Washington and Lee's mock convention political analyst Caroline Bones will be on set to talk Clinton, Trump, and how Virginia might vote.
And later, our own Ford Carson will be live from the Virginia Horse Center joining the local Democratic Party.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Smokey. Only you can prevent wildfires.
10, 9,
In the
8,
small town of
7,
Elmira, New York,
6,
a boy was
5.
born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
He's on his way. He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay.
Laura.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no signal.
Try.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's
try.
down.
This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. Joining us now is Caroline Bones. Caroline was the South Regional Chair for the Washington and Lee Mock Convention. Her territory included our home state of Virginia. Welcome, Caroline.
Thanks, Polly. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk about my native state of Virginia.
So, Caroline, tell us a little bit more about Mock Convention and your position.
Sure. Mock Convention at its core is a research project in which students undertake a research project to determine who the next presidential nominee for the out-of-power party will be. And we do this by compiling a lot of hyper-local data from different areas in the union. We look at key counties, key precincts, and things like that, and we compile that data. And so as South Regional Chair, I looked at all of the states in the South, many of which are swing states tonight.
What did you think of the results? Did you foresee Trump winning our nomination and the subsequent GOP nomination?
No, I don't think anyone could have predicted that. But if you come down to it and you look at the numbers, I mean, it was clearly Trump. And there's really never been a presidential candidate like Donald Trump. Y'all have said it, and I'm sure we'll hear it throughout the night. And so it was a little bit of a shock. But when you come down to the numbers and divorce kind of what an unconventional candidate Trump was from the process, it was pretty clear. However, like I said, 18 months ago, I never thought we would be here tonight watching a Trump campaign come to an end.
Were there any reactions of local non-WNL voters?
Yeah, certainly. We got a few angry letters from some alumni who I assume were Ted Cruz voters out there till the end. But we also heard from lots of people in the community kind of telling us that they think that we did a good job regardless of what the results may be. We also heard from experts in Charlottesville and Roanoke who were really interested to kind of see our methodology.
So Caroline, as a Virginia native and a local political junkie, do you have any predictions for tonight's election?
Yeah, I think we're going to see Hillary Clinton take Virginia through the polls and some of the early voter turnout that we've seen in Northern Virginia, which is a traditionally blue area of the state. And I think it's going to be much closer than we would have thought, but I think Hillary Clinton's going to take it. And on some of the down ballot things, Virginia's congressional delegation is about to change dramatically. I think we're going to see Bob Goodlatte cruise to another term here in the 6th. And I think east of here, we're going to see Tom Garrett squeak it out. I think we're going to see Scott Taylor down in Virginia Beach. And I think Barbara Comstock is barely going to hold on to that seat up in the 10th in Northern Virginia. So it's big things going on around the Commonwealth tonight.
Thank you so much for joining us, Caroline. We'll see you back again for our 10 p.m. broadcast.
And now we go to Ford Carson, live with the Democratic Party at the Virginia Horse Center. This is the first time in years that the Democrats have not held their party in downtown Lexington. Ford?
Thanks, guys. I'm standing now at the Virginia Horse Center, where local Democrats are about to wait to see if Lexington City is going to go blue at the top of the ticket for the 3rd time in 3 elections. Rather than Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton now, with her running mate, Virginia U.S. Senator Tim Kaine. Also of interest, Kai Degner is going to be facing off against Bob Goodlatte for his 6th district congressional seat. Degner is very experienced. He's the former mayor of Harrisonburg and currently sits on the city council. Democrats are also going to be waiting to see if Virginia votes for a right-to-work constitutional amendment. And as always, we'll keep you posted on the Lexington mayoral race between Chuck Smith and Frank Friedman. I spoke a moment ago with Jay Clark, who's the chairman of the Rockbridge County Democratic Committee. And he said that in a bigger venue, he's expecting to see 55 to 60 people come in by the time the night is done. He also hopes Hillary Clinton's going to pick up 300 electoral votes, and he hopes the Senate is going to go blue. More notably, he said in a more local election that Kai Degner's win against Goodlatte would be an upset. But he did say that he hopes Kai Degner's increased name recognition would set up a 2018 election bid. Until then, we will keep you posted in about 90 minutes. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ford. Well, there was plenty of sunshine today for voters headed to the polls. Tell us more, Bryn.
Thanks, Rosella. Today was certainly the perfect weather for Election Day. With relatively clear skies, Virginia voters were able to get out and cast their ballots without fear of rain. With a high of 67 degrees and a low of 45, a barometer reading about 30 inches, with wind speeds of only 7 miles per hour and a humidity of 54%, Virginia voters were able to get out and vote. As you can see, throughout Virginia, we experienced clear skies today with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Charlottesville had a high of 60, Stanton a high of 60 as well, Covington with a lower high of 55 degrees, all creating great temperatures for voters to get out. Moving to our 5-day forecast, we clearly got lucky with today's weather because tomorrow we should be getting some showers with a high of 57 and a low of 36. But throughout the rest of the week, from Thursday to Sunday, there should be lots and lots of sunshine with temperatures with highs of throughout the 60s and lows in the 30s, except for Saturday should get a little bit colder with a high of 52 and a low of 28. Back to you.
Thanks, Bryn. Coming up next on the Rockbridge Report, the latest on Trump's Nevada polling lawsuit.
And later, how Clinton and Trump spent their days as the country made its voice heard.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.org.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks. School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. Donald Trump's campaign is alleging polling place anomalies during early voting in the Las Vegas area last week. Trump's camp asked a Nevada court to impound and preserve records from 4 early voting spots. A state judge denied the request. The campaign alleged that the polling station stayed open too late last Friday. Long lines kept the polls open past the 7 p.m. closing time at some locations. Hillary Clinton's campaign dismissed the case in a Twitter message, calling it a frivolous lawsuit.
Both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton expressed optimism today as the final stretch comes to a close. CNN's Chris Welch has more.
Donald Trump, today's the day to vote and then wait. The two presidential candidates joined the millions of Americans across the country who are participating in the only poll that truly matters in this 2016 campaign.
I know how much responsibility goes with this, and so many people are counting on the outcome of this election, what it means for our country, and I'll do the very best I can if I'm fortunate enough to win today.
Clinton held a small lead in the final national polls released yesterday, but Trump remained in striking distance in many of the key battleground states necessary to reach that critical 270 electoral votes. The GOP nominee, casting his ballot in New York City, believes his campaign will come out on top.
It's looking very good. Right now it's looking very good.
Election officials are bracing for a laundry list of potential issues such as long lines, lawsuits, and possible cyber attacks. The Justice Department even sending election monitors to 28 states. At polling places across the country, voters choosing between two historically unpopular candidates.
I don't see how Hillary Clinton is going to make a difference in our country.
And I just think the Republicans are just out for the rich.
Clinton cast her ballot in Chappaqua, New York, and Trump in New York City. The two candidates will both be in Midtown Manhattan tonight, separated by only about 2 miles.
Virginia could be an indicator tonight. An early win for Clinton bodes well for her. A contest that drags on until 9 or 10 p.m. could mean a good night for Trump. More results come just after 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. when polls in 30 states and D.C. close.
We'll be back in a little over an hour for an 8:30 p.m. broadcast. We'll have the latest election results for national, state, and local contests. Until then, stay updated on our website, rockbridgereport.wlu.edu, and follow us on Twitter at our handle @RockbridgeNews. See you soon.